Welcome back, everybody. July 26th. We are back out on the river. We're going to be doing some crevicing. We got snorkels and goggles just in case we want to do some sniping when it gets hot. Today is the Gold Monster 1000 by Mine Labs. First day out. Got the small 5-inch coil on there today. Going to be checking bedrock cracks and pretty much cherry picking good signals. They're getting their tools out. Hammers, screwdrivers, scoopers. Yep, bent screwdrivers work good too. Pans. Got nice water. It's going to be a good day. Alright. Already been getting some targets. Got Ryder over there digging a strong iron target and a good crack. That looks like someone hasn't cleaned out in a while. Got Hunter finishing a crack that someone started, and I was still getting a metal signal in there too. I'm out moving around, still looking for more good signals to have them come dig as I find them. Getting a good signal right in the little fat part of that crack. A little crack right there. I got it in deep all metal, auto 1. I'm going to go to metal, or to gold only. And I still get a faint little beep beep, little chirp. Hear that? That's on gold mode only, so there's got to be something in there. So when they're done cleaning that out, that's their next crack to come work right in here. All right, let's see if we get anything out of there. So we're working this crack. We're giving up on it. We found a little piece of metal wire, little rusty piece of metal wire, and no other signals are coming out of it. So that thing was already so hard to dig out. We're just giving up on that. I had a good signal over here that I gave to Hunter. And this crack going this way right here had some little plants growing in there, root balls, packed in little rocks. Just out of the first pan, he still got like another pan's worth of material in there. We got, what is that, 4 lead shot BBs? Look at that. Boom. Out of 1 crack so far. And then we also got some color. There they are. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These two actually have a little bit of thickness to them. You can feel them when you touch on them. So I'm gonna have him finish cleaning out that crack. Little micro dots. We'll dump that into the black sand pan for later cleanup. But not bad. He's still got more to go. We're getting lead out of the river. Good day on the river. All right. As you can see, we got Hunter a little spot going over there still. Moved over to here. Getting a little signal. Right in there. Bouncing towards the gold side. Come show him the meter. All right, doing a little check-in update. We got Kelby and his son Sheldon. They're new to the prospecting game. They got a little pan, they got a bucket, classifier, and a little sluice box. So they left their sluice box laying over there, but we're gonna set them up in riffles over there as soon as they fill up a 5-gallon bucket. Kelby's learning very quickly that he should have brought a shovel. I think I even, in the list of shopping things, I said shovel, right? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Who knows? I can go back and look at the message board. We'll see. But he's just to cut down on having to travel far to the water. His classifier doesn't sink far down into the bucket. So it's just easier to fill up the pan and walk over here where he can just wet classify it down. Get all that gold to drop down into the bucket so that when we sluice it out, he's good to go. Look at that. Way more efficient.
Way more efficient.
Get her wet. She likes getting wet. We're going to get wet. All right. We're going to let them fill up that bucket. I still got Ryder and Hunter up there cleaning out some new cracks that I found for them with the Gold Monster 1000. And we're going to check back when we get his sluice box all set up in the water and he starts running some classified material. All right, stay tuned. All right, I ran over. I got my 1/2 inch classifier for him. it was pretty painful watching him use this classifier right here. It just does not, these little legs right here does not allow that thing to sink very far into the bucket, and it was just a real struggle. As you can see here, nice deep. He's got a pan full. He's going to dump that in there. He's going to classify it down. Yep, get her nice and juicy wet. She likes being wet. Newbies just can't help but want to keep test panning and checking every little piece. He just did a quick little test pan just a minute ago, just see if he's in the right spot. He had some flake in there. We just dumped it straight into the bucket so that he could find it with the sluice box. And we're going to set him up into riffles here soon. So now that he's got the 1/2-inch classifier that can sink down in the bucket a little better, he's going to be classifying a lot faster now. So we'll be seeing a full bucket and a sluice bucket very shortly. We can even come over here and view what he's been digging. So we got real shallow bedrock coming in through here. And as you can see, we got some big river cobbles, you know, boom, big heavies. And show him the bedrock that you're already finding right in there. See, he's already on bedrock. So he's just cleaning that up. If he finds some cracks, we'll come over here with my chisel kit and hammers, and we'll crack some of those open and see what we can find doing that. So stay tuned. We're gonna be seeing some gold from these guys here any minute. Later. All right. He got his bucket a little more than half full. We got his sluice box set up. Got a little V going right down the middle. Just feeding her nice and slow with the 1/2-inch material classified down. Not bad setup for a little sluice box that he has. Wonder if we can start seeing any gold yet. He's got the deep V matting. He's got the deep V matting, so it's a little harder to see because like the black sands will be covering up. But not a bad little flow. He's got a nice spot for his tailings to build up before we have to clean any of that out. Someone was already sluicing here. Look at this big old pile of tailings. All right, we'll check back if he finds anything. Later. All right, Hunter's finished that little crack. Actually, he got to the point where Ryder had to take over that crack. Ryder's better at the busting open the bedrock to get down to the bottom. Hunter did a little quarter pan with the material he could get out himself and got another little lead shot. So there's still material to be had in there. So we're finding him a new target. We're getting it bouncing between iron and gold over here. So we're going to give that a shot and see what we can get. All right. Clean this crack out good, buddy. Right in there. Look at that. All right. Stay tuned. All right. Well, we just cleaned out that spot, and there you have it. There's our target. Old chunk of lead. So, well, less lead in the river. On to the next target. All right. Kelby over here called us over. He ran that first little bucket, and as to be expected, flake, 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 flake. Got a ton of flakes. He's hooked now. He's seeing gold, and a couple of these aren't too bad. Aren't too bad at all. Like, watch. I can probably pick that little guy up. Yep. Cool. All right. Well, now he's hooked. Showed him how to do a quick little cleanup of that first bucket. So he's pretty much going to be on autopilot from here on out now. And if he finds anything big, we'll check in with him again. I've been digging some targets up there. We just dug a target. It was a lead target. And I got another target picked out waiting for me. So, well, we're going to continue. We're going to keep finding that gold. Come back when we get something big.
Is that iron?
Sun is out. It is warming up. That's for sure. All right, just panned out another target. Turned out to be 2 lead BBs. Big flat chunk of lead. And then a couple little tiny flood flake. Well, let me tell you, that Gold Monster 1000 sure can find lead pieces pretty good. Hopefully we start finding some sort of nugget. He's digging up a target right now that we had underneath a big chunk of broken bedrock. And we'll be back to you soon. All right, Hunter just panned out his pan. There's the target, flattened lead shot, and a nice thick flake. Almost can pick it up. Pretty dirty on one side, so it's been stuck underneath that piece of rock for quite a while. But I'm gonna go search for some more targets. Ryder's working on one right now, and we'll be back. All right, Hunter just did a half a pan, and he still got targets in the hole. We got 22 bullet, scrap lead galore, one little flake. But like I said, I ran a detector over his hole. He still has targets. I'm going to see what another pan looks like out of that before I have him move on. I got Ryder still working on the same target. It's a tough target. It's in some dense bedrock and a skinny crack. And it's reading all to the right, so all to the gold. One last check. Getting tons of lead out today. That Gold Monster 1000 just finds lead like it ain't even going out of style. All right, check back soon. All right, Hunter just did another pan, and just check out that lead count. He's got more lead. He can start his own lead weight factory out of this crevice he's working right now. And still, one little tiny flake to go with it. So it's a tough call to keep cleaning that crack out. That's two pans of just 1, 2, 3, 4 big pieces of lead and like 5 or 6 small lead flakes. So I think I'm gonna force him to do one more pan out of there and see if we get any better gold. If not, I'm gonna have him move on to a new target.
I want to do that spot.
You want to what?
I want to do that spot.
All right, we'll do it then. We're gonna do another pan. All right, little update time. Got the mine lab sitting in the shade. It's getting real hot out. We've been dunking in the river a few times. I still got a good signal. Been breaking apart the bedrock in here, getting just a good all to the right, all to the gold. So I'm hoping there's something in there and it's not just another piece of lead. Ryder's been doing pan after pan of, I'm gonna label this lead gulch. It's just every pan has multiple lead chunks and bullets and weights. He just keeps pulling out little flakes, so it's only a matter of time before something better pops out. We're about to be doing lunch right now. We got some Alfredo noodles, some broccoli, some chicken patties, and
then we have to put them
bread.
and this stuff on.
So we're about to eat lunch. It's definitely break time. It is getting hot out. Yep. And the water one more time. Little breeze picked up, so it feels good to dunk and then get it back out. We're working right out in the sun and on the bedrock. I mean, Ryder spot was in the shade, but it's running out now, that's for sure. All right, I'm going to help them split up the food, and then we'll call it goodsies.
So that should be mine.
Well, there you have it. A couple small little specks that you probably can't even see in the pan, and there's the target. You guessed it, lead. But the way this was like wedged in the bedrock, look how thin that is. That was giving me such a good signal. I was so stoked on that, and I was like, all that work, it's gonna be a lead piece. Come over here, put in some serious, like breaking out all these little schist slate style stuff, and it was just wedged between two of those. And well, I found it, found my target. It happened to be lead. Ryder swimming. Hunter wants me to come check his hole to see if there's any more in his hole, and we're gonna get back at it. Spent a lot of time on that crevice. Well, that's the way the game goes. All right, we're back. It's the next day. We got a nice fat bag of concentrates. You know, we were just panning them down, taking a quick look to see if we got that target from the Gold Monster 1000, and then just pretty much dumping them into a little pan and then collecting them all at the end of the day. So just a lot of leftover material. Man, it's got some weight to it. So with the cleanup sluice at the uncle's house and the kids not wanting to wait to see what we got, we're just going to go old school. Just going to classify it down to 1/16th. And then go through a couple little stages of cleanup. suck them up as we see them. And there you have it. I'm real interested to see what we actually got, because we weren't really looking at what we got in each pan. We were just like, okay, it was lead shots, no nuggets. Boom, dump it out. Fine, give me my next target kind of situation. Just got a little trough here, nothing special, a little bit of dish soap in there, you know why. And we're going to do a cleanup, so stay tuned. See what we find. All right, stage 1 complete. Got it all screened down. Looks nice when it's screened all down. Still a lot there. Oh, my boy. And then here's the bigger stuff. I'm just going to pan that out straight into the trough. And then I'm going to kind of baby feed, scoop here, scoop there into the little blue pan and get that all concentrated down, to where I can suck it up. If I get a little black sand, oh well. If I can track down my little scale, I'm very interested to see how much lead I pulled out, because it just seemed like every pan, every crevice we did, there was multiple shot in each. So just trying to do my part too and help take out lead out of the rivers, clean them up. I suggest everybody else do the same thing too. Don't just find lead and be like, oh, lead, whatever, and toss it out back into the river. Let's do our part. Let's clean it up. Maybe they might change some of the rules here in California and let us start prospecting for real again. So let's get these panned out. Let's find some gold, see how much lead we raked out, and stay tuned. All right, just finished up the quick cleanup. All I did was just pan it into a trough. I throw all my black sands into a bucket that I don't really go through, looking for the tiny stuff. But as to really be expected, we did not find a whole lot of finds. We weren't hunting for finds. We brought out the Gold Monster 1000. We were checking bedrock cracks in areas where we know the water is just raging over that area. Little stuff not going to get caught there. See all that lead in there? Potentially any one of those pieces could have been a small picker, a small nug. Just name of the game sometimes, but I was just curious to see what kind of weight total we got on all that lead. Just helping out our rivers, cleaning up the system. Put that on there. I'm gonna zero it out. See all that lead? Weigh that all up. We got some really small pieces of lead too, but there you have it. Almost 19 grams, 18.87, 86. It's going back and forth. How the scales work. But that's a lot of lead. That's probably the most lead I've ever taken out of a river in one just little day trip, with my kids. So, not bad. We weren't hunting for the little stuff. That little stuff's just a little bit of a bonus. We weren't, if we wanted to find little stuff, we'll go work a gravel bar, set up the sluice box, run buckets. We weren't hunting for little stuff. We were looking for something with a little bit of heft to it. You know what I mean, guys? So there you have it. That's more, I'm actually more proud about. Now I'm getting 1891. Like, come on now. Time for a new scale. This scale's been around for a very long time. It's probably not even calibrated proper anymore. So been looking at getting a new one. Hey, if anyone got a scale they like using and that's reliable for them, drop a comment, let me know. But that's what we got today. A lot of lead, a little bit of finds. Had fun out there. First trip with the Gold Monster 1000. Can't complain. So, all right. If you like my video, remember, like, subscribe, drop a comment. More videos coming in the future. So hopefully we find some big stuff in future videos. And I hope to meet some of you guys out on the river someday. And until then, peace out.